peace, and blessings. This is Unplugem once again coming back at you with reptilians and racism, the Illuminati in blackface. And we're going to talk about the black-white dynamic of the checkerboard, the chessboard that you see on the Masonic floor in lodges all around this world. The floor is checkerboard, and that is because you are a pawn in a game, my brother or sister, whether you be a black Mason or a white. And if you're a black Mason, they're really going to put you to use now. The white car has gotten hot. It's been reported stolen. So now they've hopped out of that and hopped in the black car. And they're going to make the final leg of this run using faces like Obama, by and large. This is why you see the rise of the neutrinoid or the biracial, which we first saw brought in by Prince, who represented that. Prince, Will Smith, who may not be biracial, but he was a pre-program for Obama. Will Smith always saving the world and dealing with aliens or some alien thing. This is a pre-program. They're programming us for what Obama is going to do. Obama is not only going to provide the chip to those who take Obamacare. It's in Obamacare. That is the issue that they were having about the wording in the bill. The wording was implantable device or implantable devices, and he wanted that out of there. That was the wording issue. And the implantable devices, of course, the RFID chip or some facsimile thereof, which is referred to in the book of Revelations as a mark of the beast through which you must buy and sell. And that same little chip is going to have all your information about your medical situation. Is also going to have your financial situation logged on there as well. But what we're seeing is the end of that grand chess game. We know that they talk about the black and white representing the spiritual darkness and spiritual light, or having the light and being in the dark and all of that. And Jackin and Boaz, like the two pillars. That's part of it. And duality is key. It's a big part of it. It's the Project Janus part of the whole thing. The double-sidedness. They put you through the rituals to create in you a Sasha Fierce or a Roman Zelensky, or a Nostradamus, Nasty Nas thing. They want to create in you two minds, a twin, like you put on Facebook, the twins. Like we were taught that Facebook came to us really from twins through the media. That could have been a big lie, that the Winklevoss twins had anything to do with that. Could have all been part of programming. Because at the end of the day, all of the movies, especially movies, buddy movies in the 80s with a black and a white, like Lethal Weapon, or Enemy Mine with Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr. Enemy Mine is a great example. They're always to show this black and white Masonic dynamic in the end game role. Whenever you see this black and white thing, and now that has been said, I'm thinking about Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker movies. And does that say anything about what we're going through or about to go through with China? But movies like Total Recall, The Empire Strikes Back, Lando Calrissian, The Rivals, the little black boy in The Rivals, Enemy Mine, Lou Gossett Jr. In Total Recall, in the original anyway, I'm not sure if it was in the remake, but in the original, the black man played a prominent role in turning on Arnold Schwarzenegger to what was going on up underground, to what was really going on, you see. And you see a similar dynamic but switched around in They Live. The white man, Roddy Piper, shows Keith David what's going on. And they fight, a long fight scene because of it. Because of Keith David's refusal to try to see what Piper is trying to show him. Because Keith David don't want to lose his job. I came from Detroit, he said, to get me a good job after they gave the banks the bailouts and closed the factories. How did they know that back then? Okay? But you see this in The Matrix with Morpheus, the black man, giving the white man, represented by Keanu Reeves, although I know he's Hawaiian mixed, but giving him the knowledge, giving him the game, teaching him about what's really going on under the ground. I postulate that you're going to see the same relationship in the new Tom Cruise movie, right? Where he goes, where he discovers that underground there's a society in a city going on, and it is Morgan Freeman, a big Masonic actor, who brings him through. Obviously, an actor that deals in the ritual, because some of that Crowley pedophilism obviously is somewhere in Morgan's character, the thing that he did with his grandniece or granddaughter or step-granddaughter or whatever. So we have this in Independence Day, the black man saving the day when aliens come. This is for the Obama programming. You have this in the last two Predator movies where you have Danny Glover and Larry Fishburne. Whenever they put the black guy in the movie, it is for this black and white chess game dynamic. And it is all to talk about these times. Go back and look at those movies. All those movies are about these times we're in now, where you have the black man in control, so to speak, because we know there's higher powers than him running things. But the black man is the face of leadership right now, in pop culture as well as in politics. And this goes back again to Carolyn Cheeks Kilpatrick and her son Kwame Kilpatrick, the former mayor of Detroit. Did she give her son up to the program? A theory that I bounce around concerning Afeni Shakur and Tupac. It is a Masonic practice, even exemplified in George Lucas's writings about the Jedi and the story of Darth Plagueis. His parents gave him over to the society, in that case, in that fictional case, the Sith Lord, in order to receive career advancement. And you have that happen all the time in the Brotherhood. And what you're seeing right now from Brother from Another Planet, the Book of Eli, I Am Legend, you're seeing this black dynamic come to fruition, where they will be now using the black man to push forward the Illuminati agenda in ways that it has never been done before, because we are in the last leg. This shows you how close we are to the last days fulfillments of Matthew chapter 24, as Jesus said. All of the things that Jesus said we would expect to find, we're starting to now see. From wars and rumors of wars to earthquakes in diverse places. But more than anything, we're seeing that it is, again, as it was in the days of Noah. What was it in the days of Noah? In the days of Noah, it starts off, and if there were giants in those days, and we know that that's not the original word. The original word was Nephilim, as many of you already know. And that is a Hebrew conjugation of the verb nephal, which means to fall. Nephilim means to fallen. So what we're seeing that was like in the days of Noah is not only a great impending destruction coming with the threats, the bomb threats and the bomb primitive programming that we see in the Boston thing and the Texas thing and the guy from the French prison using explosives to break out of prison. A lot of explosive premonition programming. In Family Guy, okay, we're seeing these things being foretold to us before they happen, because it's the Masonic elite speaking to the Masonic elite and speaking to those who have eyes to see, trying to threaten us and show us how precise they are, that they can call it before they do it. Like Babe Ruth saying he's going to hit a home run in left field and then doing it. So look at Matthew 24 again and look at the days of Noah. And know that in the days of Noah we had King Nimrod, the black king of Babylon. And today we have King Obizi, the black king of New Babylon. And they are both guided by the same spiritual forces. Nimrod was the father, is the father of secret societies, both white and black. And it all boils down to really that. When you see those examples in the movies I named, when you see those examples in P-Funk, okay, the rise of the African Union now, when you see the mothership connection and all of that talk coming from George Clinton and them, when you see certain things Earth, Wind, and Fire were saying and doing, connecting Egypt to outer space, when you see the same thing with Africa Bambaataa, connecting Africa and Zulu to outer space. The Zulus have a healthy tradition about reptilians. You should know from Credo Mutwa in his talks with David Icke. Credo Mutwa is a Zulu high priest, a shaman, and he talks about the Cthulhu, which are the reptilian beings that the Zulu race has been knowledgeable about for eons. And this reptilian race and them go at it from time to time. Sometimes they kill a reptilian, according to Zulu legend. You know, they catch one coming up out of the ground, and you know, if the opportunity presents itself, they'll kill it, and sometimes eat it. So this is a real phenomenon, and we're seeing a lot of black-white things going on in the news and in primitive programming and movies over the years. We're seeing that manifest now. Will it manifest into a race war? What's the end game? Will they fake a false flag assassination on Obeezy? All these references to Dr. King and Lincoln and JFK, all these comparisons. And Dr. King, Lincoln, and JFK have one thing in common with Obama, and it ain't peace and freedom and all that other stuff, you know. And that's that there may be some kind of plot that they could use to bring forth martial law. Because like Jeezy said, if you touch them, we riding. That's all they would have to do to make everybody go nuts and riot, and then have an excuse to lock folks up and take their guns. So this is Unplugem, just peeping some game about the black and white chessboard dynamic, what it means to us today, and the black Illuminati and reptilian connection, and why we're seeing Carolyn Cheeks Kilpatrick become the new alien ambassador for Congress, and why we're seeing Obama and other black Masonic leaders take their position of prominence now in music, in politics, and everywhere else. It's not something to be proud of, brothers and sisters. It's the fact that we're being used now in a way we've never been used before. So be wise as serpents and gentle as doves, and lean not to your own understanding, for my people perish for lack of knowledge. Shalom.